What's going on, YouTube fam? So right now we're going to be talking about a series that I haven't been quite sure when I was going to talk about this, and that's because of just everything that's happening in the world, and this season and the season didn't get to be completed. In hopes that things will get better, in hopes that people will return to work, and everything will be much more safe out. That's clearly not happening right now. But I am talking about Doom Patrol Season 2, which is exclusive on the DC Universe app and HBOMAX. And if you've been keeping up with it up until this point, then you know that there are 9 completed episodes in a 10-episode season. So again, 9 are available. The 10th one has not been completed because production was shut down towards the end of filming, and they did not get to be able to complete that. So instead, you're only having 9 episodes, and it certainly ends like there's one more episode to come. So it's kind of really hard to talk about the season in its entirety with that main piece missing, and that's the conclusion of this season. But I will say this: for 9 episodes, this has been one hell of a season. I truly enjoyed it, and it's been so good. So I guess I'll come back to do a review just specifically on episode 10. But yeah, because like I said, it does not look like we're moving towards like things are getting better. Actually, things are moving back to phase 1. So who knows when we will get that last episode. But for 9 episodes right now, Doom Patrol Season 2 has just been amazing. It really has been amazing. But so what this season is about, so immediately picking up after Season 1, they're back to save the world. The Doom Patrol team, they're back to save the world. But before they do so, they're gonna have to grow up, literally and figuratively, because yes, they're many sides. They're actually living on a racetrack, which I used to love those racetracks when I was younger. But they have to all come back together in unison, because they have to protect the newest member of the Doom Patrol, and that's Niles' daughter, Dorothy, who has some crazy powers, and that are a real threat to to end the world. So that's kind of what the gist of it is about. But there's a lot of good things that happen. Now, before I go into everything, I got to talk about some of the things that I really like. And number one, I don't think I've ever said it in a review, but I'll just say it now. But I absolutely love the Doom Patrol's theme. It is my favorite theme of all the television. I mean, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, I just be bopping. I'm like, man, that theme slaps. I would put it on. I would actually put it in my review if it didn't get a copyright for having that music on there. But I love the Doom Patrol theme. It's amazing. The intros is so dope. And with that being said, Doom Patrol has amazing effects. Both sound effects and just visuals. They're just really good. And yeah, I get it. It's supposed to look a little cartoony-ish at times, and that's the point. But it does an amazing job in doing so. If you're a fan of the Doom Patrol from the comics, or even some of the cartoons as they appeared in Teen Titans and stuff back in the past, they got that whole persona that really matches their personality, and the animation's always catered to it. So now that this is a live action, I expect for things to kind of be like that. So it's really cool. But so yeah, after they defeated Mr. Nobody in Season 1 and being eaten by rats and roaches and avoiding radiation, yeah, they're back now, and things are much more crazier. So more crazy, more sex. Yeah, I said sex. And laughable nonsense throughout the 9 episodes. Tiny Patrol, that episode is so hilarious to me. It's one of my favorites this season, easily. But speaking of the titles and stuff, the titles for each of these episodes are so hilarious, but they actually don't really play a significant part into the episode. Like, there may be like one call or reference to the title, but they really almost are irrelevant when it comes down to premise of what each of the episodes are doing. But truly, to really dig into this a little bit, they really do go deep into each of these characters' backstory, because each of these characters are kind of dealing with some past trauma experiences, and all of them having a little bit of baggage that they're carrying, and you see them all kind of work through it. And I think it's really good. Easily, Brendan Fraser, who plays Cliff and Robotman, does an amazing job this season. He's absolutely my favorite character. He's just crazy. Of course, he's vulgar. He has no filter. And that's just who he is. But now that you add the element of him and his daughter, you kind of really see the human side of him. And I think that's just really special, because other than that, I mean, he rages for 9 episodes straight if it wasn't for that. I'm all for it. Any moment with him, any scene with him on there, I'm all for it. He's easily the brightest spot of the Doom Patrol. But not only just that, yeah, we get to kind of we get a lot of emphasis and get to know the girl who was trapped behind the door in season 1, the world's most powerful little girl in Dorothy, who's played by Abigail Shapiro, who does a phenomenal job. Easily, when it comes down to the acting performances, easily the best by a long shot in both seasons. And, you know, her being the newcomer and full-time cast member this season holds her own, because there's a lot of personality on set and these characters, you know, and because our character's a little bit more unconventional than them, because everybody else is a little bit more flamboyant or has a really distinct personality, she really does portray that little, you know, the little wandering girl who's trying to find her place, and just does a really good job. And while she's so innocent, her powers are just really the opposite of that, because she has the ability to to bring imaginary people to life. Now, when you think about that, and you think about Crazy Jane's power, who, you know, if you're not sure who Crazy Jane is, she's the current dominant host of the K system. So when you think about a person who has multiple personality with a person who could bring imaginary people to life, you have got to know that dynamic is going to be flat out crazy. And indeed it was. I mean, it's no spoiler. If you're watching the season, one episode in particular, you get to see the two of them, and actually they switch personalities, and there's a personality that absolutely fits, you know, Dorothy's character really well, and they become best friends, and it gets crazy. Two little kids playing around, shall I say, but they're both very powerful, so you can only imagine what happens. But not only just that too, Dorothy being introduced into this team that already have such a weird, I guess, relationship, and not, when you add another personality in there and one they have to protect, you truly do see a lot of different dynamics out of all of them, and it's just really, really, it's really interesting. I mean, even for Niles himself, you see him super vulnerable and really determined to do anything for her. So it's really cool. And not to mention, like, all of the Doom Patrol already are not at good terms with Niles. So there's a lot that goes on. So for 9 episodes, you know, it's really well done and entertaining. I just need the conclusion, you know what I mean? I need to figure out how this is all going to end. But nonetheless, yes, you definitely want to check out Doom Patrol Season 2. Both seasons are available now on HBOMAX and the DC Universe app. If you are currently watching it, let me know what you're thinking about episode 10. How does this all spin out? When are we getting episode 10? I need to know your predictions on that, both when things are going to go back to normal, whatever, know that, or how just, you know, how the conclusion of this season is going to be. Who's your favorite character so far? Like I said, mine's is easily Cliff. But who's your favorite character? And as always, you know, more reviews are coming, so you definitely want to stay locked. And, you know, hopefully we get back to normal in the world, and we can get back to some of our favorite projects that we've been anticipating all of 2020, if they can get back to production, and, you know, we'll just have just some more content to watch and fun things that we can enjoy. So, but anyway, thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you for the next review.